Hello, everyone. A new update to provide you guys in regards to this concept of free
XRP.
making waves. You know, think about it. Is it rewards? Well, we're going to jump into this big new announcement that came out literally today. Smash that like if you haven't done so already. And before we kick into the material, the Decent wallet, not your keys, not your crypto. Get yourself a significant discount with the Decent wallet. It helps benefit my channel and Will's, and we'll come right back. If managing your crypto feels like solving a puzzle, it's time to switch to Decent Wallet. So just a few taps, you can manage, track, and secure your crypto with unmatched ease. And here's the best part. Grab your Decent Wallet at a discounted price by using the referral link below. Don't miss out on making your crypto experience smoother and more secure. All right, welcome back. So we're going to jump into the material. Let's show you what we have. And basically, it's straight from bravenewcoin.com. And I think this is a big announcement. It mentions here specifically some of these key things. And Ripple XRP news, Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings rewards shareholders, of course, with XRP. Now, a while back, Will mentioned, for example, the whole thing of 80% of the banks with XRP. So we felt as though that this is kind of a nice little continuation of Japan and so on, especially when it comes to XRP. A little bit more about this. As we get further into it, Japanese financial conglomerate SBI Holdings announced the shareholder benefits program, and it does very well, in fact, include the option to receive rewards in XRP, digital asset closely linked to Ripple, as we know. Excellent news, right? So, you know, I like some of these names. Brito, I mean, obviously referencing Arthur Brito, right? One of the original guys with Ripple, but wherever the case be, you can hold at least 100 shares by March 31st of this year and get free XRP. Sounds crazy, right? Hold 1,000 shares for over a year. If you get 8,000 yen worth of XRP, this is the start of shareholder crypto incentives. And it's going to go mainstream. I mean, is Japan basically the first country to lead the charge? Well, just like we mentioned with Jasmine, it seems like Japan has led the charge even last year, right? We always talked about how it would be the first, but whatever the case be, look what it says here as far as how this all works. It says through this program, eligible holders or shareholders, I should say, can choose between XRP or a selection of health and wellness products from SBI ALA promo co. It's a subsidiary, and of course, there's foods and cosmetics, but at the end of the day, how does the rewards program work? And like it says, in order to participate in this, shareholders must register by March 31st, 2025 to qualify for the benefits. Again, 100 to 999 shares or at least 1,000 shares held for less than a year. Eligible for 2,000 yen worth of XRP or select health products. 1,000 or more shares held for over a year is eligible for 8,000 yen worth of XRP or wider selection of high-end cosmetics and wellness products. It talks about like some of these discounts, there's vouchers, and this other part I want to highlight real quick. It says, for example, that the crypto trading platform SBI it has, for example, a certain amount of XRP that will be distributed before July 31st, obviously this year, and it's in accordance with Japanese regulations. Even Crypto Erie posted about this. So a lot of people are kind of getting on board with this whole thing. But my key takeaway for you guys is this, and I'm going to jump back to Will. Will, the way I look at it is basically like this. This is the first of many. And with that said, there's going to be a certain amount of XRP that will be locked up. It's not just, SBI. It's not going to just be HSBC. It's just like it's going to be a snowball effect. So I definitely want to get your thoughts in this whole thing of XRP rewards. Hey, sign me up. I think this is a big win moving forward.
Yeah, what a great way to bait people in to get to experience how to use XRP, and what it's for, and that it's like money. It's a great way to introduce people. And if you look at what they compared to, I mean, basically the other choices, the Japanese or whoever holder of the SBI stock shares gets to make a choice between some medical and some food or money. And so, what do you think people are going to take? They're probably going to take the XRP. And this is a way to start mass adoption, isn't it? They're set up to have all different kinds of ways to use XRP also. It's not just that they're giving them XRP and they got to formulate a wallet and but they've created a way to use XRP on a retail basis in Japan, which man, they start adopting that more and more and more. It feels like the sky's the limit. And then Japan leads in technology. I don't know if you've ever looked into Japan, but they literally have bridges that cars drive on that go through buildings. Buildings that are built, and you drive through a building. They have parking garages that are you pull into a slot, and then it closes the door. It's like a vending machine, and then takes your car, and stacks it. And I mean, it's very technological. Most all their doors, when you walk up, it's like Star Trek. It's whoosh, you know. So they lead the world in technology. So I'm sure XRP, Ripple, partnering with them has made it advantageous in this kind of a way, because they have a big motive because of the savings that XRP brings. And I'm excited to see what the adoption will do to the price of XRP.
Yeah, absolutely. On top of that, our previous video that we did on a collaboration for Ripple XRP, I think it was yesterday's video, we had an interview of David Schwartz, and he was talking about from the retail side of things. So I'm looking at it from the perspective of, perfect timing in light of what he mentioned. I do believe he even mentioned food, and now we see this whole thing with Japan.
Yeah.
So perfect timing. Let's share with you guys just a tad bit more about all this. So I thought I would get into, some other key things, and basically the growing influence in Japan's banking sector. Let's bring it back. Let's face it a little bit more into the banking. I mean, it's cool to talk about, the food and healthcare and so on and so forth. But here's another thing I want to share with you on the screen. So again, straight from that source that we had earlier, and as you see right here, once the court decides XRP is not security, we expect a big price surge, says Katao, basically from SBI. And again, back to what Will was talking about with some of this adoption. Okay, so it says XRP's growing influence in Japan's banking sector. SBI XRP rewards program comes at a time when Ripple's influence in Japan is expanding. Over 60 Japanese banks, covering nearly 80% of the country's banking sector, have in fact partnered with Ripple. Of course, myself, Will, have covered this many times, and it's going to enhance cross-border transactions. This level of institutional support could fuel further adoption of XRP for real-world payments. I like this guy's post from Digital G. Japan's fiat currency debt is approximately 9 trillion. However, Japan's SBI holdings have invested 1.6 trillion yen, which is approximately $10 billion US dollars, in XRP. Additionally, SBI Holdings is reported to hold an 8% stake in, of course, Ripple Labs. You just know their return on capital is going to be massive, right? I mean, it makes sense that they would get behind this or try to get this out to different news outlets and so on. So just briefly, Will, the way I look at it is your thoughts even in regards to this, and there's something else that we want to talk about, in fact, debunk, that's been on the minds of you guys when it comes to the XRP private ledger. But again, your thoughts in regards to this.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. They're basically increasing the size of their own bags. They've invested in Ripple, and they've invested in XRP as a country. And so, this is something Trump's talking about too, as well. Not just a strategic reserve, but he's talking about having, the United States participate in certain deals, to create a wealth fund for the United States. And Japan already has this. They already work that way. And the atmosphere in Japan, from what I understand, is they're very loyal to the Japanese. Japanese companies are very loyal to other Japanese companies. They want to, they love to stay within the borders. Now, that some of that mindset might become from the fact that it's, I forget how many islands it is. I think it's thousands. Actually, there's a bunch of tiny islands. And their placement off the off of so close to China, and all they are is just a spattering of land. Um, but whatever the case may be, their loyalty to one another, in this case, being one of the economic giants in the world, I believe they're number two. They're either two or three in the world of how much money they have and how much transpires in Japan. So for this to be a test bed, they're also testing other things. I had one of my videos talking about how they're doing supply chain um, testing, and what a great test bed for supply chain, because they have mountains, they have oceans, they have volcanoes, they have extreme weather. They have about every situation that you can imagine. But Japan is big news for XRP. So again, this kind of adoption taking place in the world, you got a piece of the world that's going full steam ahead with XRP. How exciting is that? They're all on board. There are no regulations over there that they have to, there's passed. They're already passed. There's no lawsuit for them to get over. They are ready to go, and they're full on board. I mean, what a year this is going to be for XRP. Japan's already got mass adoption going on, and here they are baiting everybody into it even deeper to get it going. And it's fantastic news, man. It's awesome.
Lots of news, very awesome to say the least. And we want to address something, debunk something for you. So, shout out to our brother in the community, Mr. Smoke. He realizes what inquiring minds want to know about, and it's basically this. It's the concept that some people feel as though that whether it's SBI Japan or HSBC or Santander, that it's the private ledger, and that the private ledger, we could talk about the whole thing of rewards all day, but it won't use XRP. Well, that's absurd. But let's address it. So he has a little piece on this. Won't take too long to get into the weeds about this, and I thought we would share it with you guys. So Smoke addresses this. He says, again, for the stubborn few in the back, Ripple's CBDC private ledger does in fact use XRP. Yes, Ripple's private ledger directly utilizes XRP is documented. Another myth debunked. Well, let's share with you what he is referring to. In his own notes that he's gathered with research, on March 3rd, 2021, Ripple announced a pilot of a private version of the public open source XRP ledger that provides central banks a secure, controlled, and flexible solution for the issuance and management of digital currencies. Obviously, CBDC private ledger. The CBDC private ledger is based on the same blockchain tech that powers the XRP ledger, which has supported the management of billions of dollars of value over 8 years without any significant security or operational issues. It also means that the CBDC private ledger is built for payments and designed for issuing currencies. I want you guys to think about this, and here's the highlight. Over 5,400 currencies have been issued on the XRP ledger over the past 8 years. That is astronomical. This does include XRP, which can be leveraged as a neutral bridge asset for frictionless value movement between CBDCs and, of course, other currencies. If you saw my video that I did with Channing recently, we address this, and basically it shows Augustine Carstens. He mentions the whole topic of frictionless and states that as far as the business is concerned, they will not support bricks, plain as day, from the horse's mouth. Now, before I kick it to this last part and get Will's take, I also want to share with you another key finding from Smoke. we also see here on this page, as I blow it up, this whole thing of what is referred to from the IEEE. And it talks about Ripple CBDC Private Ledger, XRP, with central banks worldwide to assess how a CBDC private ledger can be used. But like it says, Ripple advocated for the use of cryptocurrency XRP as a bridge or a vehicle to efficiently move from the value from one CBDC to another in a frictionless manner. Again, you guys just thought that Smoke was pulling something out of thin air with his own notes. No, he actually referenced what was mentioned here in some of this research from the IEEE, which, by the way, they cite ISO and they cite with their own standards numerous patents and so on. So again, thought I would bring it to you guys. And again, it's just understanding how it all comes together. One more source, and that's Cointelegraph. They even reference what Smoke is talking about. And as you see right here, Ripple CBDC platform using a new private ledger with XRP technology, and it does include offline transactions and smartphone use. Boil it, mash it, stick it in stew. Why is that important? Because Augustine Carstens talked about this. It is alluding to the Finternet. Both XRP and Quant are ones really, really behind that new financial internet moving forward for offline payments. So as far as I'm concerned, Will, it's all there. It always has been all there. And another thing that we are basically debunking. Your closing thoughts, Mr. Will Fix.
Man, the first, what wasn't said. The first takeaway that some people are going to get is, oh, private ledger, there's a different price. It's not talking about a different price. That has nothing. That's not a true idea. There is only one price of XRP. The part that's private, Max, is the ledger. And the reason a ledger would be private whenever you're executing a CBDC is because all of the transactions shouldn't be public. People want their privacy. Do you want everybody knowing where you spent your money? So the part about the private ledger has nothing to do with price. This alarms people because there was a video that was put out one time that the private ledger price was $3,600 and the guy claimed to had seen it. Well, I don't think he's a deceptive person. I think he's a good person. He has a good channel, but I believe what he saw, he misunderstood, or it just wasn't something as real as he thought it was. There is no secondary price, as said by David Schwartz himself. That kind of shoots down the whole value proposition of XRP, because then people would buy it in one place, sell it in another, and that would just shoot that down. Okay, the next thing to think about here, because I stay focused on what causes the price of XRP to go up. When you create a private ledger and you use XRP to do so, that ledger stays within that pool. It's not mixed in the pool of all of the XRP. So those blockchains are those blockchain numbers, or XRP, are specifically locked into being used as a CBDC, which takes them off of the platform of being used for cross-border transactions by the masses, by the banks, by the big banks. So it kind of isolates those coins for a specific use as a CBDC, because the volume of that money, they're going to be used over and over and over and over within that particular pool, wherever they're at, whatever country it is that creates a CBDC. Those typically won't go outside of that environment. They're not going to be all over the world. I don't believe. I believe they'll keep those somehow netted in to identify for the intercontinental of whatever continent or whatever country it is. They'll probably isolate those for the use of that particular currency. And then they'll have to bridge those CBDCs to other currencies, which will, if you understand how it works, is that CBDC would then bridge to another currency, it would return back to the pool. So, long story short, it's taking an entire country's transactions and taking that many, however many XRP it takes to represent the value of dollars being translated through, one guy getting gas, another guy getting a paycheck. He spends his paycheck, that money's dispersed, and you just imagine all of the stuff going on with the circulation of that currency. Since they're so busy doing that, they can't be utilized by banks. So this is another big price increaser for XRP. Because if you got multiple countries using XRP, my gosh, how small can we make the pool? The pool that I'm talking about for cross-border is the pool that will drive the price of XRP more than any other pool of XRP, because you got the indiscriminate buyer. We make fun of that all the time. It's like, yeehaw, I'm the indiscriminate buyer of XRP. The banks don't care how much it costs when they're moving their money. So they purchase it no matter what, and they sell it right away. So you have tremendous liquidity, and all these other XRP get to go up in value because they're fighting over those particular coins through supply and demand. And all these parked coins over here get to go up in value as well. So when you start talking CBDCs, my hair stands up. I'm like, talk about driving the price of XRP up. Supply and demand. Big time.
We got to tell on ourselves. So, guys, I'm going to tell on both of me and Will. We have this joke, and I'll leave him some funny voicemails. This is good, all right? This has substance. It's on topic. And I'll leave him a little record, and I'll be like, stop discriminating against the indiscriminate buyer, you dirty, rotten XRP army holder.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're just having fun. Listen, we're going to wrap up the video. We really appreciate you guys. If anything, let us know in the comments about this whole snowball effect, if you will, when it comes to rewards. I think Japan, obviously, and I think Will looks at it this way, it's just the first of many. Other countries are going to start doing it. Again, this is utility in motion, and also means more lockups moving forward in that regard. And we talked about this numerous times. So simply do us a solid if you listen to the entire outline and type this into the comments. And what do you think it should be this time on the code word, Will?
The code word, Japan.
Japan. And we'll know that you listened to the entire outline. So with that said, know what you have, know why you hold it. The research trumps FUD 110%. Arigato. We'll see you on the next one.